Thank you to the new civil engineer for organising this event and inviting me to say a few words. Over a year ago, I wrote a letter to everyone in the highways sector, to the thousands of maintenance and construction workers, engineers and surveyors, thanking them for continuing to upgrade and improve our road network during the pandemic. They ensured critical workers could still travel and vital supplies were transported. But now, as we emerge from the pandemic, these arterial routes, which carry 96% of personal journeys and 8% of our freight, will be crucial to our economic recovery. They'll connect our towns and cities, boost business and trade, unlock employment and investment, and ultimately nurse our economy back to full health. But when I think about the future of roads, their design, construction, and impact on places through which they pass, it is a lot more than simply getting vehicles from A to B. From minimising congestion and reducing travel times to servicing a modern public transport system and the rise in electric vehicles, roads can help to get us to net zero by 2050 and deliver the sustainable economic growth we need as we build back better from this pandemic. So let me explain why. Firstly, roads underpin our economy. The strategic roads network carries 4 million journeys a day, and it adds £314 billion of value to our economy due to the businesses which rely on those routes. It is vital that we continue to invest in our road network. That doesn't only mean building more roads, it also means making our roads more efficient, improving capacity, slashing journey times, minimising traffic, and ultimately reducing harmful emissions. After all, car traffic levels in 2019 reached their highest ever, and we know that a fifth of total greenhouse gas emissions comes from road transport. The answer cannot be to pull back investment on our roads in the hope that the problem simply goes away all on its own. So as part of our second road investment strategy, we're investing £27.4 billion in the operation, the maintenance and the renewal of England's strategic road network through to 2025. And this includes projects such as reducing congestion along the A52 in Nottingham, widening the A19 in the northeast, and finally, after 70 years, after which it was first proposed, dualling the iconic A66 Northern Transpennine route. And this has long served our great tourist sites such as the lakes and the dales. But we're not only focusing on the strategic road network. As well as the over £1 billion that we're investing in local roads maintenance, we're providing £2 billion to support over 50 local travel schemes during this Parliament. And this includes the North Hykeham Relief Road and new crossings over Lake Lothing and the River Yar at Great Yarmouth, as well as the recently announced £12 million investment for the Lyminster Bypass. All these investments are crucial to levelling up the country, increasing connectivity and reducing congestion, attracting more businesses and investment to local areas, and generating more opportunities for those who live outside the big cities. Now, for decades, road design has prioritised the movement of cars and vans and HGVs above all else. And yet, the green-led economic recovery we need hinges on a road network that incentivises low or zero carbon forms of transport. And now we have a unique opportunity to rebalance our network to serve all road users. The pandemic, for all its misery, has also brought about a welcome rise in active travel. Cycling rates shot up 46%. It was the only vehicle type to see an increase during the year. I don't want this to be a passing fad, and as cars return to our roads, we need to make sure that we protect this new wave of cyclists and indeed the walkers that have recently taken to our streets. Our new network management duty guidance can help local authorities design roads with active travellers in mind. And £250 million from a fund of £2 billion has already been spent on cycle lanes, widened pavements, safer junctions, as well as new public spaces and community bike rides. This will help us move closer, one pedal and one step at a time, to reaching our ambition of 50% of travel in towns and cities to be cycled or walked by 2030. However, active travel is not always practical, and for many people, especially those without a car, buses are the only real means of transport available. That's why we're making £3 billion available as part of our national bus strategy to get more people out of cars and into more modern, accessible and green buses. Local authorities will be armed with new funding streams, more responsibility over routes and powers to implement bus priority schemes locally. And together with bus operators, will be held to account in making bus travel cheaper, more frequent and more reliable. Buses are brilliant for many reasons, but especially for their green credentials. A full double-decker bus takes the equivalent of 75 cars off our roads. And we're going further by adding 4,000 new net zero buses to our fleet. Quite simply, more bus travel is imperative if we are to reduce emissions on our road network. But whilst encouraging lower carbon forms of travel is crucial, we cannot ignore the impact of road infrastructure itself. And I welcome Highways England's ambition to help build a greener network. Their use of LED lighting and renewable energy sources and piloting low-emission vehicles to meet their operational needs are vital steps to achieving their stretching target of a 75% reduction in emissions. But there are two challenges I want to leave you all with today. The first is around electric vehicle infrastructure. By 2035, all new cars and vans must be zero emission at the tailpipe. So electric vehicles must now go from the preserve of a few to the natural choice for everyone looking to buy their next car. And this government is pulling out all the stops. £1.3 billion will be spent on charging infrastructure over the next 4 years. That's building on the almost 24,000 charge points already installed, as well as 4,500 rapid chargers. Already, you are never more than 25 miles from a charge point along the strategic road network, and that is great progress, but we must go further and faster. So we need your help to spark an electric vehicle revolution. And that means more charge points on local streets and at least 6 high-powered chargers in every motorway station over the next 2 years. Now, the second challenge is around innovation, specifically bringing local authorities, Highways England and the private sector together to develop new low-carbon ways to maintain and upgrade our road network. And we're already seeing some exciting projects. So in Essex, recycled asphalt pavement containing 5 times more recycled material than any other motorway surface has been laid along the M25 and successfully. So I want to hear from you on how we can accelerate innovation like this to help create the greener network we need. Our roads are rightly seen as one of our most treasured national assets. They are the lifeblood of our economy and crucial to levelling up regions across the country. But if we are to deliver a road network fit for the future, one that is part of the cure rather than the cause when it comes to carbon emissions, then the network must help to deliver a green-led economic recovery from this pandemic. That means supporting the growth of electric vehicles and active travel, delivering safer, more reliable and efficient journeys for all road users, and minimising its own impact on the environment. It's an exciting time for this industry, and I look forward to working with you all to help realise it. Thank you.